All right, welcome to the Canary in the Cage Thanksgiving edition. You're not going to see us on Thanksgiving because we record. Do we record live or do we record?
I think it's live. It's called live.
Yeah, but that's bullshit. It's not live. It's
we had this discussion before.
I know. It just drives me crazy. You can't record. Well, okay, is it ever recording live?
No, because if you think about like a movie, they do a take, and then they say cut, and then they say, well, I don't like the way you did that line, so let's retake it.
Oh, so
and then you take it and take it and take it until you get the perfect scene.
Oh, so live means all the flaws are aired out.
Yeah.
I mean, all the flaws are put out on air.
So like a soap opera. Those were actually done live, through the 60s, through the 80s, I think 90s. And they would show up on the set.
I'm so obsessed, then I'll let it go. No, you convinced me. So, we are here to entertain you, educate you, and hopefully make you laugh. I'm Ron Morgan. It's my co-host,
Dave Havlicek.
So, again, we are here on Thanksgiving, so I hope you enjoyed Gobble Gobble Day.
Yes. Let's, before we get into it, let's do the Monero challenge.
Oh.
Or the giveaway from last week.
We should do that.
Yes, so...
So what was the challenge again? Oh, that was hashtag Elon Musk.
Yep, Elon Musk.
Wait, Elon or Leon? If you don't know what I mean by Leon, just Google it.
Well, I think one of our listeners tweeted at Leon, and they didn't qualify. Sorry, listeners. You had to tweet at Elon to get it.
It was a leftist not knowing how to fucking spell words, apparently.
But no, let's go right into that wheel, and then we'll come right back.
All right, here we go. The Monero challenge, and we now got to pick a winner.
That's correct. So just a reminder, I got us banned on X again, and I asked you guys to at Elon Musk and see if he'll get us unbanned. Now we are unbanned right now, so I'm not going to say whether you guys had an effect on that or not.
We're live now?
Yeah, we're live right now.
Oh, I didn't check.
Shit. Like right now. So anyway, the two people that helped us out, one was Dormouse. So if you want to put them in the wheel. Dormouse.
Oh.
Yeah. Either he doesn't know how to spell or he's trying to be clever, or I don't know.
So it's one word.
Yeah, it's just Dormouse. Yep, one word. And then Oliver Chase.
What?
Good old reliable Oliver Chase.
Okay, you got them both in. Let's click to spin.
Spin the wheel.
And the winner is... You know who it's going to be. And it is... Oliver Chase.
Oh, Oliver Chase. All right, you're going to get 0.01. A tiny part of the amount you donated to us so graciously a couple weeks ago. So you're on your way back to positive, Oliver Chase.
All right, we got a winner, Chase Oliver.
Oliver Chase.
I can't get that gay guy's name out of my head. It haunts me in my sleep. Not you, Oliver Chase. I love you, not in the way Chase Oliver loves another man, but as a straight guy loves another man.
I think you might have a crush.
I might have a man crush. Never say it could be a man, it could be a woman, it could be a dog. We don't know who it is.
It's true.
We love you anyway because you
Haitian.
You're very active. So let's go with our first story. I think we're ready for our first story.
Okay,
right?
Yeah, sure.
So this may or may not be an IQ test. I'm going to mention 4 words, and you have to tell me what they have in common.
Oh, okay.
Now, do not take the cheap way out.
I'm hands off the keyboard.
No, you're probably going to have to use Google because I kind of really want you to when you can't figure it out. When you're not bright enough to figure it out.
Okay.
But you can't take the easy way out and say, it's something Joe Biden said in a speech.
Oh, okay, so it has to be like the words.
It has to be actually, it has to be. So let me get these words correctly.
Well, you can't even pronounce them. That's not fair.
No, these are all real easy. Rainbow.
Okay.
Dildo. Butt. With 2 T's, not one, so the actual butt.
Yeah.
And monkey. So rainbow, dildo, butt monkey.
Rainbow, dildo, butt monkey.
By all means, use Google if you need help with this one.
I'm going to go with Chase Oliver.
Oh, you know what? Maybe it is. We'll go ahead and Google it and see where we're at.
Do I have to Google that in order?
Yes. Oh, yeah, because it is a name of a person.
Rainbow, dildo, butt, monkey.
And I highly recommend all our listeners Google those 4 words.
I'm going to do that in a incognito window, so it's not in my history.
Yeah, VPN on, incognito. Yeah. Go to you log on to your neighbor's Wi-Fi.
Library apologizes for rainbow dildo butt monkey at kids event.
He was a kids entertainer in London.
Wow.
Ages 4 to 11. And do you notice the fake dong?
Not in that photo.
Oh, it's there. So the London library hired rainbow dildo butt monkey.
And is that the name on the check that they signed, or what?
That's exactly what I want to know. I want to see that check.
Like, is that how he advertises himself? Oh my god! Okay, yeah.
Would you advertise yourself any different than rainbow dildo butt monkey?
It's pretty accurate. I mean,
he tweaks. He's got I think it's a fake ass though.
It seems like it.
Yeah, so he's because he doesn't get arrested. So they apologize, but the parents got upset.
Hold on a second. Now,
go ahead.
Did they hire him to show up in his character at the library kids event?
They hired Rainbow Dildo Butt Monkey.
So they didn't hire like John Smith.
Nope.
To like show up normal, and then he showed up as the Rainbow.
Because this is where the explanation is actually funnier than the act itself.
I gotta hear this.
They go, oh, we had no clue that's what he was like. Rainbow Dildo Butt Monkey. We had no clue.
What? What do they think he was like?
I don't know.
What the fuck?
But I love life right now.
I'm gonna have to look into this because like this is. I feel like they hired John Smith, who said, "Yeah, I'm John Smith. I'm gonna come read to the kids." And then John Smith.
It's London. They're so woke right now.
I know, but
it was to discuss gender issues.
This is too absurd to believe.
To discuss gender issues among children.
This is too absurd to believe.
How would you dress if you were going to discuss gender issues among 4 to 11-year-olds?
I would be like, that's not an appropriate topic. Like, I'm not going to talk to your kid about gender issues. What the fuck? I don't.
Oh God, I love the world right now.
Okay, well, I got a fun story you might like.
We'll go right ahead.
Jussie Smollett, remember him?
Yeah, I love that guy.
So he was in Chicago at 2 a.m. in the winter, dead of winter, like 20 below, wanted to go get a sub sandwich, and he was attacked by 2 gentlemen who said, "This is MAGA country." And I think they threw white powder at his face, like a flower.
Yes. They also did one more thing, which is very important.
They hung a noose around his neck.
Yes, and that's important, but go ahead.
And it turned out he faked the whole thing.
So he ran. So it was Chicago, 2-3 in the morning.
Yeah.
Minus 20 out. They did all this shit, put a noose around his neck. He ran because he was getting a Subway sandwich.
Yeah.
Ran home, called 911.
Yeah.
And when the cops still showed up,
had the noose around his neck.
Still had the noose showing.
He got convicted for filing a false police report.
Oh, because the federal charges got dropped.
Well, so what happened was Kim Fox, who I don't know if she's still the DA, but she was the DA at the time.
Sort of prosecutor. I'm sorry, what?
She decided not to pursue the charges.
Soros.
And like she took like $10,000 bond in exchange for that. So she said, like, if you pay us, I don't know how they couch because it's not. You can't say, oh, give us a bribe. You can't say that. But whatever.
The Chicago way.
So he put up a bond in exchange for them dropping the charges. And then another DA, or no, it was a special, they assigned a special prosecutor, what is what they call it?
Yeah.
And they said, no, we're not doing that. Like, this is bullshit. We're not going to let you fuck. Because in Chicago, yes, there are a bunch of Democrats, but the cops there, they don't fuck around.
Yeah.
At least they didn't a couple years ago.
Yeah, they have tamed down to the 80s and 90s. They're not sticking broomsticks up someone's ass anymore. That was New York, but I'm pretty sure it happened in Chicago as well.
Of course. My dad was... Yeah.
We've talked about the story where the dude carved his name, and I'm not guilty in his name. So, yes, Chicago police have calmed down a little bit.
So the special prosecutor said, no, we're gonna do this. So they went through the trial, guilty. I don't know what the sentence was. I think it was like a year in jail or something. But just this week, they said, well, so he appealed, and he said, well, I forfeited this $10,000 in exchange for dropping the charges. So now you're violating the contract with me.
Oh.
And the appeals court agreed. They said, yeah, like we made a deal. You can't, like double jeopardy. It's like double jeopardy. So like you were on charge. We dropped the charges in exchange for this and this. And now we can't recharge you because that's double jeopardy.
It has to be the exact same charges.
It was. So he's been released and
whatever.
Conviction vacated.
It's Biden's world right now.
He's done his punishment, for what he did. Hopefully he learns. But yeah, so that was a story this week.
All right. So I do want to kind of jump back to my story because you said something that is kind of interesting. So Rainbow Dildo Butt Monkey. I mean, Chase Oliver was hoping to be president. He lost. So maybe this was his backup plan?
Oh.
So is he Rainbow Dildo Butt Monkey?
Does he have a British accent?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Do you have to have a British accent to be Rainbow Dildo Butt Monkey in London?
In London, yeah. Because how will the kids understand you're talking about gender issues?
Oh, yeah, a gay guy with a southern accent?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Not making fun of gay guys. Because We love most of you, just not Chase Oliver. I don't love you in that way, though. But we're still brothers, so I still love you. All right. So I want to read a quote. One of my favorite quotes I've always kind of like defaulted to.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to tell the story afterwards. I'm kind of teasing here. So I'm going to tell the quote. We're going to go to commercial break, and then we'll come back in 2 minutes and 2 seconds. You know what that is? The dude that just died. He was an actor. He was on a game show. And he was famous for going, I don't know if I have to Google it later. This is 2 minutes. It was a 2 minute, 2 second broke. Chuck Woolery.
Chuck Woolery. Did he die recently?
He just died.
Oh my God.
So I was kind of paying homage to him, and we kind of fucked it up because we were doing prep show. But yeah, he always said, right at the commercial break, he'd be like, we'll be back in 2 minutes and 2 seconds.
Huh.
And that's where I realized the commercial breaks were 2 minutes and 2 seconds long. I didn't know that at the time.
I'm sure they were back then.
They're much longer.
Now they're like 5 minutes, 8 minutes. They keep going.
Now they're longer than the show.
Yeah.
So, one of my favorite quotes is, first they laugh at you, then they ignore you.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Then they fight you, then you win.
You win, yeah.
So guess who I'm talking about?
That could be a lot of people.
The national media. They are losing their freaking mind right now. I mean, like Bongino is posting bigger numbers than they do. And they're not even giving him the props because that's his live views.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with people that watch the recorded views.
Right.
So in his live views, he's basically busting 200,000 a day.
Jeez.
A day. And the media is just like, what's going on? These podcasters and these people on X, they think they can make like a 6-word statement and tell the news. We don't know why why people are flocking to them. Why? Because you fucking lie to us.
Yeah.
And by the way, please, I'm begging you, please get a GoFundMe or whatever it is. Buy MSN for us. I will not let you down.
So maybe we don't actually have to do our anti-ads because I started looking into this, and I started looking into like who are the top advertisers for each network.
Yeah.
They're almost all they're almost all like prescription drugs. Like 80% of them are prescription. It's ridiculous. Progressive Auto is a big one. So I was thinking we could lampoon them a little bit.
Okay, I can go for Progressive.
There's a lot of like car insurance. Is like the next second thing, but the big one I found was Wayfair.
Oh, we can order kids online?
Yes. So I thought we could do an anti-ad based on that, and that might be a fun one to do.
So I back in the day when I was still doing like open mic comedy, I was working on a joke about buying a cabinet from Wayfair, and they send the kid with you to put it together, and then you offer to send the kid back, and they go, "Nah, just throw it away." We got plenty of them. So, bad joke. But I don't know which one the ching button is on this yet, but it's there.
I think it's
so you may have just heard ching.
If not, then write your complaints.
Or whatever. Yeah. Or complain to fucking Progressive Auto. I don't care. Give them a call. Yes, we recommend you go to Progressive Auto and then cancel your policy.
Cancel, yeah.
Do what one guy did. It wasn't a business he had to sign up for, but it was an app. It was like a free app. Uh-huh. He joined it. Deleted it, joined it, deleted it, like 100 times. He goes, I just want to see that 100 deletes in a day. I go, all right, dude, you're committed, man. You're good. Yeah, no, the media is, I mean, they're circling the drain. We know it. Yeah. We know it, and we pathetic. Need to do the...
so what are they going to put
waffle stomp on them, sorry. If you want to know what waffle stomp is, do you know what waffle stomp is?
I know what a raffle stomp is.
No, this is a waffle stomp.
I haven't heard of a waffle stomp.
I just heard of it yesterday.
Okay.
I'm not sure I can say it on the...
I know of an awful waffle and a blue waffle.
No, this is the waffle stomp because you're in the shower.
Waffle stomp in the what? Okay,
don't Google it. This is something that no, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the people here. I'm assuming that it's going to be the same thing.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen that one. That's interesting.
It's about taking a dump in the shower and just stomping that thing down the drain.
It becomes a waffle on the
yeah. Because it was a meme that it was somebody posted. It was a drawing picture of a guy taking a dump, grabbing the turd and throwing it in the toilet. And people were like, "Well, that's disgusting. Who would do that?" And then it was the people that like the millennials and the Gen Z, like, "Oh my God, why wouldn't they just get out and go to the toilet?" Well, you've never done that with wet feet, and you slide right off the floor into the toilet and you shit. You're on the floor. But then after the horrific comments from the Gen Zers. the experts must have joined in and said, no, you gotta let that shit drop on the tub and just waffle stomp that thing right down the drain. Like, what the hell is waffle stomp? And I Googled it, I had images, and I'll never do that again, I promise, I swear.
Well, definitely don't go Google blue waffle.
Oh, yeah.
Don't learn about that one.
You notice I'm not running to Google right now, right? Because there's certain things I don't want in my eyeballs. No, but getting back to the media, it's just they're literally having a breakdown. They don't understand.
Yeah.
And they almost seem genuine. Like, why aren't they listening to us? What's going on? It's like...
I mean, we've been telling you.
You've lied your entire career, or at least for the past 8 to 12 years.
Yeah.
You've lied.
Well, so I was talking about this the other day in some chat rooms. Now, they never used to lie, right? They used to tell you technical truths in a dishonest manner.
Lying by manipulation.
Right. So they would say, for example, experts say that Iraq has weapons of mass destruction. Right. And that's true. Here's an expert.
Yeah.
He said it. Right. No, but they wouldn't tell you, oh, here's 20 more experts that say it's bullshit. They wouldn't say the expert's evidence is bullshit, like he's lying. They would just say the expert says weapons of mass. But lately they've been outright lying.
Oh, it's just flat out lies.
I don't like to use Trump as the example because I hate to defend the guy so much, but they make me do it. So the most recent one before the election was he wants to put Liz Cheney in front of a firing squad. They were saying that. He did not say that. I
mean, but technically, if she has committed treason, which...
But he didn't say he wasn't even talking about that.
True, but if you look at the way she handled J6, that could be considered treason.
No, it's not.
And that is bullshit. Well, I'm not going to... Yeah.
Treason is the only crime defined in the Constitution. And
Milley committed treason. General Milley committed.
What did he do exactly?
He in Bob Woodward's book, he told Bob Woodward this. Oh, when towards the end of Trump's term,
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
I called the generals in China and said I would alert them if Trump was going to attack them. That's fucking treason. Hang that motherfucker by a noose.
I don't think even
waffle
that qualifies.
That bitch down the goddamn drain.
I don't think that qualifies as treason.
Why not?
Because we're not at war with anybody.
But he said, if our country decides to go to war with you...
Yeah. Well, that's saying I will commit treason.
So is that if then statement like you got busted for on Twitter?
Yes.
Isn't it?
It is. It's a technicality.
Right, you made an if then statement, you're still a bitch.
So if Trump declares war on China, then I will commit treason.
Yeah, but...
So he's saying I will commit treason. But he hasn't done it yet.
No, but he told the enemy that I will alert you...
Yeah.
Before we attack you.
Okay.
That puts American soldiers at life at risk.
But fine. It's not treason, it's future treason.
Fine, lock the bitch up. I don't care. Okay. We don't have to kill him with waffle stomping. But guess who had to make a legal disclaimer this week?
Wasn't it The View again?
Sonny hosted on The View.
Yeah, well, we covered them last week. Did they making more of them? Or
did they cover this last week?
Well, I think they made more. Because they talked about Matt Gaetz.
Yeah, I'm kind of... This is a bit...
And then they had more come through this week, I think.
Yeah, I've been on vacation this week at work.
Okay. So they keep doing it seems.
When I'm at home, I try to take a break from politics so it doesn't completely drive me crazy. I don't climb a fucking water tower.
I think half of The View is actually like corrections now these days. Like their lawyer is like, hey, shut the fuck up, bitch.
Yeah, but it's great to actually see this starting to come to light. That they're lying and they're finding out we hate them because they lie. Yeah. And I've been anti-national media, I think probably since 2008 is when it became the most relevant to me, is when Obama was running and Ron Paul was running. Yeah. And it was just the verbiage they were using about those two particular candidates. I'm like, oh, you're lying.
My favorite thing about Ron Paul was they were talking about the Republican primaries, and they were like, I think it was Romney. They're like, yeah, Romney is in the lead with 38%, and and I forget the other guy, but they were like, and so-and-so's in third place. And then that's all they said. Yeah. They said Romney's in the lead, and so-and-so's in third place. But like you as the viewer are like, well, who's in second place?
Yeah,
but they wouldn't say. They wouldn't say.
Oh, where the hell did it go? I got to show you something real quick.
It was Ron Paul.
Yeah, I know. It's always Ron Paul. So Donald Trump just made a post on Twitter that is the reason why I'm glad he got elected, because it makes me fucking laugh. And there's been a couple different stuff he's done today. So I know it's not him, it's somebody else.
I don't know. I think he makes a lot of his own posts.
So I'm going to show this to Dave. It's up to you guys to find this on X. So it's a turkey dinner with all the Democrats, but it's in lieu of Vegas, whatever, the Chevy Chase movie. Oh, he's better than
Christmas
this.
Vacation?
Yeah. Actually, I might even show this.
You can retweet it right now if you want.
I got to log into that account.
Oh.
But by the end of the show, this will be on. It's basically a Donald Trump shitpost on the Democrats, which is hysterical. Because my motto is this: if I have to pay my taxes, if I have to, I want them to. I want it to be I'm paying the ticket for the show, and I want to see a show.
Here you go. I'll repost it right now.
Okay, so now you got the whole Biden Democrat Thanksgiving dinner that Trump invades. Just check it out. It's worth the 30 seconds.
Yeah, like the memes this guy finds it's amazing. Like if you guys, any of our audience, if you have these kind of meme talents, get that shit out there. Like get us to go viral because we'll repost your stuff.
I've asked you guys before. Meme us. I don't care. Just don't put a dick in my mouth. I mean, if you do, make it a pretty dick. I mean, listen.
A rainbow dildo dick.
Yeah, rainbow dildo dick. I mean, it's all funny because this concept. If you freeze frame me, I'm constantly like, "Hey, what?" It'd be easy to do it, but just don't, unless it's going to be funny. Then I don't care. Oh Lord, yeah, it's been a kind of a slow week.
Yeah, I mean it's holiday week. I mean it's I only worked on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Didn't have to work today. Don't have to work tomorrow.
Oh no,
everything's chill.
No, I went.
Stock market's closed.
I took the whole week off.
Okay.
I got my mouth tooth fixed. No more broken tooth. Went and saw the doctor. I told the doctor. He goes, "Why didn't you go to your primary care physician?" I go, "I don't have a primary."
My what?
I go, "I don't understand." He goes, "Well, no." I go, "I don't have a primary care." He goes, "Oh, you should get one." I go, "I haven't been to the doctor in 20 years, doc."
Why?
Because they kill you.
No, I'm saying you ask it like I'm saying in your terms.
You only die when you go to the hospital.
Yeah,
that's my.
You see how many people die there?
That's my fountain of youth.
Yeah,
I'm just not going to a hospital, and you fuckers are stuck with me forever, or at least until you die, and then your kids and your grandkids, they're gonna be watching my dumb ass up here talking about rainbow.
I mean, a lot of these places like they have no incentive to make you healthy. They have an incentive to keep you alive and sick
and on medicine.
Yeah, so fuck them.
Yep, exactly. So that was because I'm just getting my 54-year checkup.
Yeah, like if I have a broken bone, I fix my bone.
If I get cancer, I will be probably going to the hospital.
I don't know. I think I'll just stick it out.
That's a question that I'm going to have to answer if I ever get cancer. I don't know if chemo is the way to go. I may seek alternative medicine first.
That shit's not going to do anything.
No, I know, but just to appease my own mind. But then
but it's just bullshit. I mean, remember Andy Warhol? Not Andy Warhol. The fucking comedian.
Oh, Kaufman?
Andy Kaufman, yeah.
Well, he's still alive.
No, he's not.
Oh, he's totally still alive.
No, he's not.
Faked his death.
He's not fake.
Him and Tupac.
Oh,
and
my
Elvis.
God.
They're all hanging out on
he believed in that alternative medicine shit, and he had cancer, and he died. If you watch the Jim Carrey movie, they kind of make a joke about it at the end.
So I'm not I mean, in the 90s, a huge Jim Carrey fan. Then the dumbass decided to talk politics. Then I'm like, whatever. Yeah. But I have to give him props. That if you have not seen Man on the Moon, that's a good show.
Good movie.
And that's actually which is weird because this is my segue into the next topic I was going to talk about.
Well, we're talking about the moon landing again.
No, we faked it. We all know it. It's so funny. I was at work the other day, and a contractor was in there, and we were talking about something. I go, "Yeah, and we faked the moon landing, but we can't do this." He looks at me. My coworker's like, "What the fuck?" The guy goes, "Dude, I love talking to you because you make me laugh all the time." No, I want to talk about Hollywood actors.
Oh, okay.
So the first week or so after Trump got elected, we had the liberals just going crazy, shaving their head, saying they're not going to have sex with men again, and then then it switched over to we need to start buying up enough products that we can store for 4 years, so we don't have to buy anything under the Trump campaign. Okay. One of the things they bought, the abortion pill. Wait, so I'm a little confused, and I'm not really hip on the lingo of the young.
Yeah.
When they say abortion pill, what do they mean?
I think it's mifepristone, or I don't know how to pronounce it.
But what does it do?
It's the Plan B.
So it gives you an abortion, or sort of. Or...
It prevents the egg from attaching to the uterus.
He thinks I'm serious.
Oh, okay. So you don't know?
No, I do know. But my question is, if you've already made the demand that you're not having sex,
yeah,
and then you prep their abortion pill,
yeah,
they're not having sex. Do they think they can get pregnant walking down the street?
Maybe
that's what it is. Oh, it was a windy day, and someone's semen blew up my skirt.
I mean,
I don't know, but
they're all getting pregnant all the time somehow.
So. Well, yeah, but they're not. They've declared we're not having sex anymore, but yet the abortion pill's flying off the shelves. Whatever. So I actually thought we cured STDs.
God, what?
I thought we cured STDs.
Why?
Because the left's going to stop having sex.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, but I think the gay people are still having sex.
Oh, right? Yeah. But that doesn't affect me. Well, I don't know. I mean, Chase Oliver might wink at me someday. And I come back and go, all right, buddy.
If you,
what do you got?
If you ever need a blood transfusion, or,
how you doing? So
I know you're into heroin, so if you share needles, like.
So we had the progressive left just lose their mind and cry and whine and blah 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 blah, and then they had the meeting at they didn't say what city this was in, but it was a meeting at Lake Michigan where they all did the primal scream because Trump got elected.
Oh God!
It was hysterical. So that happened. Now the media's finally woken up, and now they're freaking out, which we were just talking about. Now the next ones I'm really hoping are, and there's a little bit of signs coming up right now. Hollywood actors are going to start freaking out, and they're going to come out, and they're going to start leaving the country.
Diddy tapes released? Is that
well? That's the thing. So Ellen, she up and left.
Yeah,
she's gone.
Yeah, we talked about that last week.
Right. But I found out more about her.
Oh, yeah?
She may have been very well connected with Diddy and been a big part of the Diddy party.
I know, we showed her tweet last week.
I know, but I'm saying he's coming out. There's like she was bringing, like she had children on her show and brought P. Diddy out. Oh, there's a lot more coming out about her. And then she was dating Anne Heche.
Yep.
And apparently she had 2 girlfriends killed in a car accident at separate times.
Really?
What are the odds of that?
Right, it can't be that good.
I know. I mean, the poly market, so we should put that up there. Will Anne Heche's next girlfriend die in a car crash? I don't know. But but whatever. So yeah, so the Hollywoods are starting to freak out. They're starting to go, this may not work out in our benefit. Yeah. Because I wanted to go to something else where John Kerry wants to do a population reduction.
Okay.
I know I'm jumping stories, so I'm going to jump right back here in a second. But I can tell you how to get rid of about 10,000 people in America right now. Release the P. Diddy tapes, the list, the Epstein Island list, and you will see jets just flying out of this country as quick as possible. Yeah, but those people
still have a carbon footprint. Like, they'll just do it somewhere else. He wants to get rid of them completely.
But let's call him out. Oh yeah, he was just killed. Yeah. I was just want to make a joke that Americans will leave in a flock of pedophiles. Yeah, I said pedophiles, you little bitches. When the Epstein Island and P. Diddy tapes come out, because I want to see the chemtrails of those planes.
I think that's why they're so eager to start World War III. So like,
don't be a conspiracy theorist like me.
I mean, there's a lot of biolabs that were in Ukraine. Mm-hmm. And, sometimes you can have a war to destroy evidence of things that you don't want to get out. So if the P. Diddy tapes are in Ukraine or Israel or whatever, or Building 7 of the World Trade Center, maybe you'll destroy those things, right? Like, and you have it could be an excuse.
So what was in Building 7?
I thought it was Hillary Clinton Benghazi related shit.
I know. I say with the 9/11 conspiracies. I won't. I know people that know people that died, and I don't want to be doing one of my fucking shit.
The funniest one to me is always, if you watch the way the buildings fell, it violated the laws of physics. Therefore, it must be a conspiracy. And I'm like, well, how can a conspiracy violate the laws of physics, right? You still can't violate the laws of physics. That makes no sense.
That's actually
right. Like what? What are you talking about? Are you saying it was aliens that have like quantum ray guns or something? Like, what are you? What's your actual theory?
So their theory is as the 2 towers it's called pancaked. Yeah. They took out the middle of the building. They weakened. Don't. Okay. I don't want to get into this. The diesel fuel weakened the iron I-beams.
Yes.
Please. I'm just saying the theory. And then that caused it to buckle, and that caused... Because in most high-rises, the boilers and the chillers are on the roof.
Okay.
And it's called pancaking.
Yeah.
So can the pancaking of two different buildings 45 minutes apart shake enough earth to make one other building collapse?
I don't see why not. I mean, like,
how did that building collapse? I've seen
it started on fire. Like debris hit it, right? And then like the burning debris hit it, and it started on fire itself, from what I understand. And then it eventually weakened and fell over.
I give demolitions experts complete props. They can drop a building. I'm not saying about 9/11. They can drop a building within basically the footprint of the building with a little bit extra.
Oh, by the way, the Tropicana should be coming down soon.
It's gone.
They already did it?
Yeah.
When did they do it?
Like a month ago.
I missed it.
Yes.
What the fuck? I didn't hear anything.
It's like a hole in the ground.
Oh my god, I missed it.
You're like, get the Tropicana's coming down. No.
I was going to go out there and watch, motherfucker.
They did like 2 a.m.
Oh, okay.
It was a couple months ago.
Jeez, god damn it.
Yeah, I was going to go and watch it too, but I'm just like, I watched Cabrini Green come down. So what they did, Cabrini Green was a housing complex in Chicago. Yep. The TV show Good Times. Oliver Chase did Google Good Times.
Candyman.
Was he filmed there too?
Yeah.
It was about a black family living in the projects. And that was a reference to Cabrini Green. So that's what it was. It was a housing complex on the northwest side of Chicago. Or the north side. West side. More, it's Chicago Avenue and whatever. It's not too far off the lake. Because my kid went to school with kids from Cabrini Green. So it was a weird mix. It was like...
Yeah. Chicago does that.
It was like the wealthiest kids go... Not wealthy. I'm somewhere in between. The wealthiest kids go there and the poorest kids go there and everything in between.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was okay. There was some issues, and I'm not getting into those on air. That
was the interesting thing about Chicago. Not to go on a tangent, but
good because I forgot what I was talking about.
It's very segregated
by design,
and it's not even by
design.
Well, but there's nothing preventing you from living in that other neighborhood.
Well,
it's just you don't.
No, so back in the
there's no law.
No. I got this. I got you covered on this one. So back in the '90s, the Chicago's always been segregated.
Yeah,
and if you actually look at the look at a bunch of different stuff like mortgages in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. They were keeping black people out of the suburbs.
Probably.
No, they were. It's been proven. So with the mayors of Chicago, they were kind of doing the same thing. And Daley Jr., not Daley Sr., because Daley Sr. was a badass. Although Daley Jr. did close an airport with bulldozers without telling anybody. What he was getting money from actually the Clintons, because Clinton was in power at the time, to regentrify Chicago. Yeah. And he was putting the money in mostly white neighborhoods. Right. And Clinton stepped in and said, "Oh, this is for the black neighborhoods. You better do this or we're going to demand that money back." So then he started doing other stuff. But the problem is with regentrification is it pushes the poor out. Right. And that's what I don't like about it. If you're in a poor neighborhood and a yoga shop opens up and a bagel shop opens up, you're fucked. My favorite thing was Rogers Park. You know where Rogers Park is? On the north side, south of Evanston, but it doesn't butt up to Evanston, but it's kind of in that, kind of where Lakeshore Drive ends. Yeah, so that's where Rogers Park sit at. And at one point, that was the hot neighborhood to buy a house in, because that was the next neighborhood to regentrify. That happened in 2007. Yeah. What happened in 2008? Housing market crashed. Yeah. And these yuppie little pricks in their BMWs were living in the fucking ghetto. Yeah. And they would call the cops and go, "This is happening to the cops. This is legit what the cops would say. You moved into the ghetto hoping you'd make money on your house. It didn't work out, and now you're going to bitch and complain. Maybe you should move out of the ghetto." But
the point I was going to make was it always struck me how everyone respected the boundaries. So, and I lived literally on the boundary. Okay. So I lived on 47th and Laverne. Now, if you were on the south side of 47th Street, everything's good. If you were on the north side of 47th Street, that was the ghetto. And my rule as a kid was I could go anywhere I wanted south of 47th. I could go to 55th Street. I can go 63rd. I can go wherever the fuck I wanted. I could not go across 47th Street. And they didn't come across on our side either. So everybody respected that boundary. So and it was
no. I can do this one too. I've actually looked at this quite a bit. So Chicago before one of the gentrifications, and the last gentrification basically pushed all the blue collar workers out. Okay. So the blue collar workers stayed in the cities, in the neighborhoods, and they protected their own neighborhoods. They didn't call the cops. Yeah. We still don't know the neighborhood that if you fucked around in that neighborhood, they would strip your ass naked and throw you in the Chicago River and let the cops fish you out.
Little Italy?
Was it Little? Do you know what?
Probably.
Well, no one's ever confirmed it.
I mean,
I looked
that's
into
what
it.
they do.
So basically, the blue collar workers, the fathers,
or it could have been back in the yards. It could have been back in the yards.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's so many it could have been.
Yeah.
They protected their own neighborhoods, and they just didn't call the cops. They were ungovernable. But then once the jobs went away and the young kids started moving in, Chicago became a candy store, and that's when they started crossing barriers. Because the neighborhoods, I mean, you know about dibs, right? You have to know about dibs.
Of course.
Okay, dibs was basically if your car is parked on the street and it snows and you shovel your car out, that's your spot for 48 hours. And how you denote your spot is you put your furniture in that spot.
Yeah.
And nobody touches it, because if you do, you're going to come back to what used to be your car.
Right.
So Chicago took care of its own.
Yeah.
And that's why they don't cross boundaries.
Right.
So it's because you fuck around, you find out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Now I don't think I've ever told this story. Are you familiar with K-Town?
Yeah.
So it's a neighborhood in Chicago that all the streets begin with the letter K. One day, my wife and I were out riding. I have a little fascination with VW trikes from the 70s. So we were out on my VW trike way out in the suburbs. We need to get home, and let's just say this is not the VW trike in my garage is not the one I'm talking about. So the one I'm talking about now is like a full-on rat rod. Like I got pulled over by a cop once, and he goes, I'm not going to give you a ticket, but what's your plan with this thing? And that was in Park Ridge, and I'm like, oh, God. Yeah. So my trikes were always legal-ish. Basically, what I meant by that is a city cop is going to be like, all right, dude, man, let's figure, just get a state trooper. They don't have a sense of humor. So we had left. We went Peterson up to the northwest side of Chicago, blah, blah, blah. Kind of swooped around. We were with some other guys and riding and doing some other stuff. And I ended up on the west suburbs.
Okay.
So the only way to come back into the city and not be on the interstate was down Roosevelt Road.
Yeah, okay.
Which is right through K-Town.
Nice.
And no, my wife and I were just like, brr. Coming down, and I didn't even know there was a black biker bar that I had to pass. All their bikes were lined up, and half of them were on the sidewalk. And I was just like, I gave them a quick nod. They gave me a nod, and I go, good, they're not going to kill me. We got about 3 blocks away. And
if you were on a main road, like nobody would fuck with you.
No. But we were on Roosevelt and at a stoplight, and this little kid on a bike was kind of riding around.
Yeah.
Well, my trike died, and I'm oh shit! My wife instantly started talking to the kid. She's like, if you're gonna kill us, there's a kid here. We're being nice to him. Don't kill us. And I go back, and my coil wire had vibrated off. Put that back on, started back up, and took off. But no, it was. I've never had a problem in any of the bad neighborhoods in Chicago, and I've been through them. Yeah,
I used to walk around not Cabrini Green, but the South Side places like 55th and State and that kind of. I mean, like you Chicago kind of area. And when I drove to the casino, sometimes I would take the scenic route. And nobody fucks with you.
No, it's all about respect. I've always had respect for anybody.
Yeah.
And I have been in some bad neighborhoods with stuff like, hey, I had a snowblower hanging on my truck one time. I had air conditioners on a hot day piled on my car. I was trying to get them to where I worked at. But it's all about respect. But what else? There's a story I was going to tell that kind of left my head, but. No, Chicago. It was fun. It is. It's we're how I look at it. We're all in the same fight against the government. So let's just stop fighting each other. It comes down to that. The media does this shit to us and works us all up. Like, oh, you can't go there. You can't do this. They're lying to us. We love all purple, yellow, red, and white. Whatever that. What is that? Is it a song or the Lord's Prayer? I don't know. I'm not going to say.
Not religious.
No, neither am I. But basically, we don't care what color you are. Your sexual proclivities. I have a weird speech impediment. There's certain words I just can't say for a while, so I'm working on that.
The other interesting thing. So I have cousins in Los Angeles. Okay. They've lived out there their whole lives. And one day they came to visit us in Chicago, and they wanted to go play at a park. And right across 47th Street, there was a park. So they just went, right? And my parents freaked the fuck out. Like, you can't go. No, come back. And they were like, what's the problem? Because, like, in L.A., they don't have this kind of segregated neighborhood thing. Like, everyone just lives everywhere else. And I mean, they have racism and shit, and they have, like, sort of, like, they have Compton and Watts and whatever, but it's not like Chicago.
Right.
And, like, my cousins just, like, had no fucking idea, like, what are you talking about?
Chicago was designed to be segregated.
Yeah.
I mean, you can just look at it.
Oh, yeah.
And look, and yes, you can cross over, and black people live where white people live, and white people live where black people live. Mind you, I was here working at the job I have now, and this white dude works for an alarm company.
Okay.
And he was kind of like, he had some tats on him. He was probably, I don't know, 30s. And he was like, yeah, you're from Chicago, so am I. I go, oh, cool, man. He goes, yeah, I'm from 95th. And afterwards, crossing, he goes, it's basically where the red light ends on 95th. And I go,
yeah, okay. Yeah.
I looked at him, I go, you're kind of light to be from that neighborhood. I go, seriously?
Yeah.
He goes, no, I was the only white kid in my neighborhood. I go, okay, now that you at least know that, I know you're not lying to me.
I used to drive down that way for the casino. That's right over there.
What was that street?
There's states over there, and
no, but there was the Bishop Ford.
What is that? The Bishop Ford Freeway.
I used to take. Well, it wasn't really a freeway. It had stoplights on it, but But I had to take that quite a bit when the Dan Ryan was under construction.
Yeah.
I loved that city with what it used to be. I don't know about now, so. I don't know. Where the hell do we jump off on that? But Chicago is very segregated. It was set up that way. It's disgusting.
I mean, it's not even... I don't know if I want to say set up, because...
It was... I mean, you look into the history of it.
But you had, like, Lithuanians would move among their own.
All right, let's play a game.
Polish people would move by themselves. Irish people, Italians, all that stuff.
Pilsen.
Yeah, that was Lithuanian.
And Mexican?
It's Mexican now.
Okay.
But originally it was Lithuanian. And in fact, I am sure you've heard of the book The Jungle.
Yeah.
That was in Pilsen.
Okay. Back of the yards.
Well, my dad is Slovak, and that's where he lived. So
okay. K-Town.
I have no idea.
All black.
Okay. So,
I would say all black, but a lot.
Yeah.
Mostly. But I'm saying there's neighborhoods that you can just kind of like know what they are.
Yeah. And what's the one, the Puerto Rican up on the northwest side? I can't remember the name.
I don't know, actually. I would think I would hear that all the time. I would think it would
it's just slipping my mind.
Well, no. So Peterson, you have Peterson, the angled street going northwest.
Yes.
You know what cracked me up the most? I used to call that the Gaza Strip. No. Do you know why?
Humboldt Park is the Puerto Rican.
Oh, Humboldt Park. Okay. Well, yeah, that was near. Okay. Yeah, that was not too far from Logan Square and stuff, but
yeah.
But Peterson up north. You would drive because the angled streets were my favorite. I guess hit an angled street. I could avoid a lot of traffic. Well, I'm driving down Peterson up north, and literally on one side, Hasidic Jews. I'm talking beard and all that shit.
Yeah.
The other side, Middle Easterns. And I'm like, what the fuck?
They just recreated the,
This is the Gaza Strip.
Yeah.
And I was talking to a Bosnian friend of mine, and I go, why do they do this? He goes, well, we kind of do it with, oh, Jesus Christ, what's the Bosnians and the...
Oh, Serbians?
Serbians.
Yeah.
The Serbians took over part of Bosnia, Because we kind of do it with them, too. We kind of hang out where they hang out at.
Yeah.
Because it kind of reminds us of his home. And this guy I was talking to was brought over as a refugee. So he wasn't just some guy pontificating.
But it's kind of like that on the south side, where like Lithuanians and Polish, and like it's all kind of recreating the old...
But yeah, you can go through Chicago and kind of pick a neighborhood and kind of see what the predominant race is.
Another thing I find fascinating is like how the neighborhoods have changed. Like, for example, Pilsen, which had a Lithuanian culture, but morphed into Mexican, but you can still see remnants of the Lithuanian culture there. So like they have like architecture and like old ghost signs if you ever look into that stuff.
So the Mexicans in Pilsen, a lot of them migrated to Des Plaines because the housing was cheaper out there.
Oh, okay.
So just the other day, my wife and I were at a Mexican restaurant having dinner.
Yeah.
And the waitress, being Hispanic, but from California, not from Mexico, she was Mexican. She said, I'm Mexican, but I was born in California. She goes, I've been to Chicago to visit some friends of mine. I go, Pilsen or Des Plaines? My wife goes, what, are you fucking racist? And I go, no, that's just typically where they hang out at. She goes, how do you know her friend wasn't white? I go, yeah, I didn't factor that in. But it is what it is, man. Don't get so fucking butthurt over stupid shit. It's a joke.
The funniest one is China. My funniest example is Chinatown. So in Chinatown,
I'm sorry. What?
What's that?
Chinatown?
Yeah.
That's pretty derogatory.
Why?
Why not call it International Village?
They call it Chinatown.
In Seattle, they changed Chinatown to International Village.
Sorry,
I had to go down that route.
So Chinatown in Chicago is on like Cermak and Wentworth?
Yeah,
Wentworth and Cermak. Yeah. But originally Chinatown was on South Clark, just south of the Loop.
Okay.
And a lot of people don't know this. But on Clark Street, and I think it's still there, there's a Mexican restaurant. And if you look at the sign, it's like a Chinese pagoda. And you're like, why does this Mexican restaurant have a Chinese pagoda sign? Well, it's because that was Chinatown. Like, that's the last bit of Chinatown, the original Chinatown.
Oh, that's cool. I don't know if I've ever been there.
And that's, I'm sure you've seen it a million times. You just didn't recognize it. But, like, that's all over the city. And, like, you just have to look for it.
Like the old Maxwell Street Flea Market.
I never saw the flea market.
You never went there?
I used to go to the hot dog, or the Polish.
Yeah, the Polish. Yeah. So Maxwell Street is a very famous flea market in the city of Chicago.
Yeah.
So basically, if you're walking through the flea market and you see something on the table, you go, "Oh shit! I got that same exact thing in the back seat of my car." That's your thing for the back seat of your car, motherfucker. We'll buy your shit back. That was it. Like, we would go to Maxwell Street after it relocated off Maxwell Street. It was so kind of sketchy, but there's some cool fucking shit there, man. I love going to it. So yeah, a little bit of history stuff on Chicago during Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Vegas does not have that kind of vibe
because we're a baby city.
Well.
You know, I mean, we're just like, what are we, 50? I mean, the 50s? I mean, we were here in the early 1900s, probably the 1800s. There was some dude playing poker over a mud puddle. I don't know. But I think the first casino built in Vegas was like, it might be the early 1900s, but it was the cowboy era.
Yeah.
But like the Strip really didn't get refined until the 50s,
40s or 50s,
yeah. And because I actually had a job offer at the oldest casino in downtown. And I'm like, hell yes. I love old buildings. I don't care about their plumbing problems.
Is that the El Cortez?
No, it was, it's a bridge.
Bridge?
No, the Golden Gate Bridge.
Oh, Golden Gate. Yeah.
And I'm just like, I'm interviewing. They're like, well, because it was Circa who was interviewing me.
Okay.
But Circa owns that one, Circa, and the D. And they're like, you'll work at that building? I go, hell yeah. And they go, well, you know, there's tunnels under there. I go, I'm hoping so, yes. Can I go in those tunnels? Oh man, anytime I'm on break, they're like, where's Ron? Oh, he's in a tunnel again. I would be like so in those tunnels with a flashlight. I'd be spelunking. I mean, you have to get me a Sherpa. I go spelunking in the tunnels under Vegas. Oh God. Not where the homeless live. They don't have a lot of these tunnels. These are the cool tunnels. Actually, in Boulder, Colorado, I was at a bar, and this bar was downtown Boulder, and the basement was kind of like catacombs.
Yeah.
But each little hallway led to another little room. You kind of hang out in that room. And I was hanging out with the manager. He's like, well, yeah. He goes, you want to see something really cool? I go, yeah. What do you got? I was hoping he was going to whip his dick out. He did.
Your rainbow dildo monkey over here.
He didn't. Okay. He took me to a door that was like a vault door. Yeah. Opens it up, and there's a tunnel. I go, yeah, I got to go down this tunnel. I can't help it. He's like, no, it's been closed off. I'm like, you rat bastards. So basically, that tunnel was, so Boulder, Colorado carried prohibition past the federal prohibition. Huh. And that tunnel led to the Masonic church in town. Okay. So the men would get drunk because of Masonic churches. Guess who's not allowed? Women.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I go to Freemasons. I've got it in my history, my family. But that tunnel went from the Freemason lodge to the bar, and we just hang out in that little catacomb area. Because the top of the bar wasn't a bar at the time; it's just the bottom was. No, there's so much cool history. I mean, it's a shame for Geraldo that Al Pacino's vault didn't produce anything. Did you remember that show?
Yeah.
He did this, we're going to open Al Capone's vault. Like, I don't know about that, but go ahead. Yeah, nothing. Crickets. It was like literally a cricket hopping around in there. Chirp, 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 chirp. You lost that one first, but whatever. Yeah, no, Chicago was cool with underground tunnels and stuff too. But yeah, a lot of these cities have them. And New York's got them too.
Yeah, well,
apparently for Jews to run.
Yeah, we talked about Vegas ones.
No, we were Dante and I got into the conversation of underground tunnels in New York. Well, he was saying that Jewish people are inherently smarter genetically smarter.
Oh, I thought he was going to say they're inherently like digging and tunneling and kind of like that. I'm not. I'm just saying that's what he might say.
I can't.
I'm not saying.
I can't take a generality like that. It just doesn't work that way. And I go, I'm like, well, maybe if it involves raping children in tunnels under New York, maybe they're smarter doing that. But that's not something I want to know about or something I want to learn about. So they can have it. Dante's a nickname, but I don't like giving people's names on the podcast. I don't want to associate anybody else. When the FBI arrest us, I don't want to give them any more evidence of friends that we have.
Who's Dante? Yeah. Tell me who Dante is.
Yeah, you got to decipher my code, and good luck with that, because I usually forget it a half hour after I say it.
They'll just beat it out of you.
Would they use Rainbow Dildo Monkey?
Of course.
To do that?
Of course.
We're going to lock you in a room with this guy. I mean, my standard thing was, I don't answer questions. Wait, what? You're going to lock me in a room with the Dildo Monkey dude?
I'll tell you everything.
Yeah, what do you want to know? Sorry, friends, but I have my limits. I'm not a snitch, but I'm not getting locked in a room with Dildo Monkey, Rainbow, Butt Monkey, whatever. I'm just not doing it. Oh, Jesus Christ, how did we go down that fucking road? I don't know if I have anything left. God, I'm sure our listeners are open, just end it now, dude. What are we?
Well, they fast-forwarded already.
We're only 50 minutes in. So I think now's our time to try to educate.
All right, so I gotta. It's not gonna take too long.
Oh, sorry, I gotta jump in here.
Boy.
Sorry.
Oh boy.
I've been denied access to our X account where I typically post my notes. So I'm doing like the old days, like with a bird and I hit print and the bird's the chisel and chisel shit out for me because the fuck am I gonna do? No, this was a quick one. So I believe the Matt Gaetz thing was a setup by Trump to put him in the position he was to pull out any of the rhinos out of the Senate to find out who he's got to fight.
Huh.
Guess what we found out? There are 4 people he's got a problem with.
Okay.
And they are Susan Collins out of Maine, Lisa Murkowski out of Alaska, which
knew her, yeah.
But she got elected after Alaska went to
right.
What do you call that?
Ranked choice.
Ranked choice voting.
Yeah.
Shocker. The Turtle, Mitch McConnell out of Kentucky.
Yeah, we knew that one.
And Thomas Tills out of North Carolina. Fuck you, Thomas Tills. You should be protecting your people in North Carolina right now. So those are the ones we want to start. If you live in those jurisdictions, call them. Be nice, but call them. Let them know you have a problem. Stand up for Trump. Trump passed a mandate. We know what we're doing. All right, we need to fix this shit now. So tell them that they will be primaried out at the next election. Elon Musk has got you guys' back. So if you don't live in those jurisdictions, you can still call them because they are a federal government employee, and you can voice your opinion nicely, no threats. But those are the ones we want to target right now because they are not back in the Trump agenda. That being said, what is the first thing Trump should do on January 20th?
Free Ross.
Hand comes off the Bible. What does he do?
Free Ross.
How about send help to North Carolina?
Free Ross.
They're still living in fucking tents there.
Free Ross. It takes a signature.
Free Ross second. Help the people in North Carolina first because they're being ignored. They need our help.
Nope. So, fuck them. You chose to live in Hurricane Alley.
Mountains is not a Hurricane Alley.
Look,
prove me wrong. Just next week.
The federal government has no authority to give aid for anybody for any disaster. FEMA. Give us the money back.
Oh yeah, by all means.
Give us all our money back, and then if you want to donate to North Carolina, you can do that. I'm not going to because I don't give a fuck.
So when FEMA goes to refund our money, do they go to the immigrants they gave it to, the illegal immigrants they gave it to, and take it out of their pocket?
No, they should do a calculation of who paid the taxes and then just give us those taxes back.
But the illegal immigrants have it.
Well, then take that back too.
There you go. Let's do it. I still want somebody to do that meme. Round them up. What is that rawhide song? Round them up, get them up.
Something like that.
Yeehaw, rawhide. It's just Trump on a horse with a rope.
God.
All right, sorry. I just saw that in my little notes. I now.
Oh my God!
I relinquished my time today.
All right. I want to talk about NextCloud. So NextCloud is a self-hosted open source collaboration tool, and this is basically what you want to do if you're a small business and you're looking for like a collaboration tool for your employees, for other vendors you deal with. I'm sure like some of you might deal with Jira or Atlassian or some of these companies that provide this kind of shit. But NextCloud will do it for you and you host it You set it up. You do everything for yourself. So you don't have to rely on other people. You don't have to pay them their bullshit rental fees, whatever. So it provides all the basic shit that you're going to expect out of such a tool. It's got file storage. It's got really robust user auth control. It's got your calendar contacts. It does mail for you. It can do like the docs, like Word docs, spreadsheets, presentations. It's got like all the Office suite things that you expect. It's got chat. It's got video conferencing. You can do regular voice calls.
Sweet.
And like their ecosystem has like hundreds of plugins out there. So like whatever custom thing you need for your business, you can search for a plugin, and there's a good chance that someone already wrote that for you. And then you can just pull it into your instance of NextCloud, and get that thing up and running. You can also develop your own plugins if you're into that. If you're into coding and software, or just hire someone on Fiverr or hire me to do it.
Are you your first sponsor?
I'm sorry?
You're our first sponsor? Hire me to do it.
Yeah. No, so it's, I don't really have a big spiel to go into. Like, I'm not going to teach you how to use it, because they have really good documentation. If you're self-hosting at home, you want to do this on your B-Link and not your single board PC, because it's pretty heavy. Just follow the step-by-step documentation guide and install it. I actually helped Mike the Mushroom Guy install it on his. He has a VPS. So
is that his official name, Mike the Mushroom Guy?
It is now. So I helped him set it up, and because he does his mushroom stuff, and he has his Inform and Power thing, which he hosts on NextCloud, and he collaborates with all his people on there.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Yeah. So I helped him set it up, and it took 2 hours. And half of that was like me learning it as I went, because I'd never touched it before. But I think he hasn't had any complaints, so I think he's up and running.
Sweet.
And if you have a small business, definitely look into NextCloud. If you're one of our listeners and you want some help, ping us in the chat room and I can help you out. Just look at NextCloud. And that's a quick one for me today.
Sweet. Since it is Thanksgiving, and you're not going to see this until after Thanksgiving, this is where this topic kind of comes into it at. So you fed yourself and made yourself fatter on Thanksgiving. Don't worry, you'll lose that weight. We all do. But now that you fed yourself, it's time to feed your compost piles. So you want to find out, what's the best for your compost out of your leftovers. Fruits and vegetables, eggshells, because you got to make those deviled eggs.
Yeah.
I made my son likes deviled eggs.
I love deviled eggs.
So deviled eggs with homemade guacamole in them.
Oh, okay.
Dude, it's fucking my God.
So I mentioned last week on the butchering segment, I mentioned schmaltz and using it to make mayonnaise. Yeah. Use the schmaltz mayonnaise for deviled eggs. Holy, because it all comes from the same chicken, right? It's just works so well.
Nice.
So
definitely. I did like some spice. I did a whole bunch of different deviled eggs, whatever. But I got a shit ton of eggshells. Where are they going to go? Compost pile. Coffee grounds, which I'm assuming you're already putting those in there. Potatoes, yams, corn, pumpkins, green beans. As long as they don't contain small animal protein, put them in your compost pile. Feed that compost pile. Work that thing in. Turn it over.
So why can't it have animal protein? What's the deal with that?
I believe that starts to stink.
Ah, okay. So, but it'll work.
Like no meats are go in there. Because your neighbors might not like it too much. It's probably not. You'll probably get weird bacteria in there.
Okay.
I've never put meat in a compost, but my guess is it's probably not a good thing. But yeah. So if you don't have a compost pile yet, it's not too late. Grass clippings, coffee grounds, food. There's a ton of stuff you can put in there, but you got to understand when you do it, you got to turn this thing over.
Yeah.
So they make ones you can buy at the store that it's on. You can barrel in a drum. You can turn it. They've got some that you can. It makes it easier for you to turn it over, because building one that you can turn over, it's kind of a pain in the ass. And now that we got winter coming up, in most regions, a good healthy compost will not freeze because it produces heat. So if it does freeze, it's still not a problem, because it's like us. When we get cold, we just slow down.
Yeah.
And then they come back to life when it warms up again. So don't be afraid to get your compost pile going now, so you can till it into your garden in the spring. So that's really all I wanted to talk about, because I'm sure we got a bunch of leftovers.
Yeah.
And go from there.
Cool.
Oh shit! I think that's a show.
All right then. We didn't do the Monero challenge this week.
What could be?
Well, let's just do a secret word since we didn't come up with anything.
Okay.
Let's go with compost.
There you go.
Word's compost.
All right, there you go.
See you next week.
All right, goodbye, everybody. Thank you for joining us at the Canary in the Cage podcast.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share us to help build the community.
You can find us at Odyssey, Rumble, YouTube, or your favorite podcast app, and even on the dark web at I2P.
Thanks for listening, and see you next time.